confident, obviously, with the skills of her girls, but it's a matter of putting them together.
That's right.
And, you know, manifesting on the court. Again, for those who don't know, they were up 2-0 against the defending champions in UST. Again, it's classic UST volleyball. They just will not give you a game just like that.
That's right.
They're defending champions, that's why.
And 2 points that I want to again stress with what Coach Vanji or what Coach Minerva has said. 2 things. First of all, she put it in a proper perspective that this is a free-for-all season.
Yep.
Sabi nga niya, no?
May parity ng konti.
Oo, so sabi niya, kahit sinong team ngayon pwedeng umangat, pwedeng pumasok sa Final Four. And that's the right observation as what we've seen. A lot of surprises here at the opening here in the women's competition. And number 2, it seems that she has scouted the teams very well. She even had an analysis on how UE defeated Ateneo in that match. So let's see if she can put those, like what you said, the offense and the defense together to get this win against UE.
And you, of course, improving by leaps and bounds for this year. UE showing a lot of fight, obviously. Dati, in recent years, as you see, the off-speed hit by Caballero, who also did very well in the previous game against FEU. In previous years, you talk about LaSalle, you talk about UST, talk about FEU, and then you talk about Adamson, and the rest of the field, bahala na sila. No? But now, you know, FEU, which is, of course, a powerhouse in volleyball, struggling, and they will see action today. Wala pa silang panalo, but the rest of the field, and again for FU dahil daming ang bata, no?
That's right.
The rest of the field, Ateneos, the NUs, the UPs, they're all in it.
Ano lahat sila? Parang everyone has an equal chance of getting into the Final Four. Probably UST and De La Salle, medyo kung sa porsentuhan, nandun na sila sa taas. Ano? They've got a good chance of making it. But of course, pagdating naman sa Final Four, it's a different story altogether.
At saka linalabanan.
You never know what happens when you're in that stage.
Linalabanan sila. I mean, like I said, UST had to come back just to win. Last time, LaSalle is the one that's really showing dominance so far. And, we haven't seen anybody who can challenge them yet, as Caballero's gotten 2 points using her head. And we are tied at 2. Let's welcome back Nico Ramos from the UE side.
Guys, Coach Vanji De Jesus said this is a game that the fans will enjoy because as she sees it, it's a matchup between 2 pretty evenly matched teams. She says that despite their hot start, this UE Lady Warrior team is not trying to get ahead of themselves as they still see themselves as a pretty young team. However, she was kind enough to point out that she's been spotting a weaker floor defense from Adamson this season. And as a parting shot, he says, wag nila kaming bibigyan ng chance because like we did in Ateneo, we'll be ready to take it. Guys?
Thank you, Nico. Weaker floor defense is really what we pointed out even in previous broadcasts of Adamson games.
If we're gonna look back at the last season, hindi nakapanalong UE sa Adamson. Kaya nga sabi ni Coach Randy, huwag nila kaming pagbigyan ng pagkakataon kasi we will definitely take that chance, especially after mentioning that she has noticed, you know, Adamson has been known for really tough defense, very scrappy. They dive for a lot of balls. They get a lot of saves, but sabi nga ni Coach Vanji, that part of their game has really weakened for this season. So I think she's found probably a solution, finding that or getting that win against Adamson today.
Trademark nga nila yan all throughout the years. Even the team that went all the way to the finals, yung Adamson team that all the way went to the finals, they were never a tall team. They were just always a scrappy team.
Consistent in defense.
Exactly, and that's what's lacking with them.
That's right.
This season so far, as Dizon sends it over, they set up Benting, who decides to go to the back line. Sale again.
Again, above the block boom.
Let's check in with Maan Panganiban from the Adamson side this time.
Yes, Boom. After that loss to UST, the Lady Falcons stepped on that gas a little bit more as far as their training is concerned. Coach Dulce said their training now is a lot harder and more stringent since they've already identified what they had been lacking. And now, Boom, did you know that every single training day, the girls are playing against men? Yep, you heard it right. Lalaki ang kalaban nila sa ensayo. And that's why the team is so used to defending strong balls, which kind of alarmed Coach Dulce because in the past games, the Falcons were reacting poorly on short and drop balls. Now, to remedy this, Coach made sure to instill what we know as Cariño Brutal, combination of strong attacks and soft tips in their usual scrimmage. Let's see if the recent practices will do them well. Boom.
Thank you very much, man. In the meantime, longest rally of the game so far. Who will end it? Still no sign. Oh! And the weirdest of all shots is the one that destroyed a beautiful rally between the two teams.
That's right. The setter, Patilano, got lost in the exchange.
The shuffle.
Yeah, and she did a punch hit, and unfortunately, it sailed to the outside. But yeah, that was the longest exchange, and Patilano lost track of where the ball was.
You know that nowadays, nobody uses the punch hit anymore unless you really panic, which is, I guess, what happened to her. Oh, a waste of opportunity, so they give it to Adamson. Net block, though, for Angela.
Well, that set from Patilano. She's a bit inconsistent to begin this match. Some of her sets are too close to the net. Some of the sets are far off, just like what happened with that set against with Angela. So she has to adjust and get those sets in order.
Tinlog.
Cariño brutal. I haven't heard that for quite a long time already.
Ibang gamit ni Ian sa ganung salita. As they find a corner there, Angela Pitney. Before serving 7. Adamson behind. A rare middle hit
Yun.
from Angela.
There you go.
Bad reception. Kimberly will hit from behind. Patilano, back set. 4 touches.
Yes, not over. 2 touches right there. Tinlog being blocked by the net.
So, technical timeout, and UE is ahead.